I want to thank you and welcome you to Winter Garden Yoga. A couple of things before we get into the 10-minute sequence. Number one, make sure that you're cleared by your doctor for physical activity. And number two, make sure that you can get up and down off the ground by yourself. These are two requirements that we ask of all of our clients before they begin to try yoga. So if you're good to go and you're ready, let's begin. This is Kathy, one of our instructors at Winter Garden Yoga, and I'm going to take her through a few of the fundamental yoga postures. So without further ado, Kathy, I'm going to ask you to get into anatomical alignment, please. And let's bring our hands to heart center. Taking a slow, deep inhale and exhale. So the first thing we're going to try is called breathing mountain pose. So with your hands glued together, on an inhalation, you're going to bring your hands down, out, and up in a half circle. And then exhale, your hands come down, in through heart center, and then back out again. And we'll do this for a few rounds. This is warming up your body. This is sending a signal to your brain we're getting ready to do some yoga. And this also helps set a meditative aspect to your practice because we're moving and breathing simultaneously. So let's do one more inhale, one more exhale, and let's pause here at heart center. Excellent. So let's bring all 10 toenails to the front of the mat, please. And with our left leg, we're going to step back and wide to the left. Hands out to the shape of a T. This is called our starting position. Now, one at a time, we'll turn our feet towards the front of the mat. So that front foot goes about 90 degrees. That rear foot goes about 30 degrees. Bring your front hand to your front thigh. Nothing else changes. Shoulders down, spine straight. Taking a deep inhale. And as we exhale, Kathy's going to kick her hips to the left and trace her front thigh. Only go so far as you can comfortably. That's the key. So if you're not as deep as Kathy in this pose, that's okay. You want to go to the point where you feel your muscles just start to pull back a little bit. There's always room to grow. Keep the shoulders down. We're going to hold still for 3, 2, 1. Stay firm and windmill up. Excellent. Now one at a time, we're going to turn our feet all the way to the other side. The front hand touches the front thigh. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, kick your hip to the right. Triangle pose on the other side. So go through your checklist in your brain. You want to have firm feet, firm legs, firm glutes. Keep your abs braced. A soft face as you breathe. Don't worry about how much you're stretching. Pay attention to what's going on to your body and honor that. And we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Stay firm and windmill up, please. Turn both feet to the front of the mat and as gracefully as you can, step forward. Hands to heart center. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Good. With your left leg, please, let's step back and wide to the left. Hands out to the shape of a T. It's called our starting position. Now, one at a time, we're going to turn our feet towards the front of the mat. That front foot's 90 degrees. That rear foot's about 30 degrees. Taking a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bend this front leg about 90 degrees. Now, you see Kathy is shuffling her rear foot as she goes. That's okay. We're trying to keep this knee on top of this ankle. If we're looking at the front, we want to make sure that this knee, I should say this shin, is more or less perpendicular. It's not caving in, it's not flopping out. It doesn't matter how deep you are, what matters is how good your technique is. Keep your shoulders down, hands out to a T, and we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Straighten that front leg, please. And one at a time, turn your feet all the way to the other side. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, warrior 2 on the other side. So again, Kathy's kind of shuffling her feet around as she goes, which is fine. Shoulders down. She's reaching out through the fingertips, so her arms aren't just hanging out here. She's actually using all of her musculature with a lot of energy to keep these out to a T. Firm legs, firm glutes, abs are braced, and we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Straighten that front leg, please. And one at a time, turn your feet towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, as gracefully as you can, step forward, please. Honor yourself, hands to heart center. Taking a deep inhale, exhale. One more time. Step back and wide to the left, please. Hands out to the shape of a T. Starting position. Now, one at a time, we're going to turn our feet towards the front of the mat. And this time, we're going to combine triangle with warrior two. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, bend your front leg 90 degrees. This is warrior two. Now, we're going to take that front arm and bend it about 90 degrees and tip sideways. The forearm will more or less touch the thigh. So here we have elements of triangle pose, and here we have elements of warrior two. This is called side angle pose. Shoulders down, soft face, soft breathing for 3, 2, 1. Windmill up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Now, one at a time, we turn our feet all the way to the other side. Taking that deep breath. As you exhale, warrior two. It's okay if you shuffle your feet around, that's fine. Once you get into a nice solid warrior two, bend that front arm about 90 degrees and we tip sideways. Once the forearm touches the thigh, start breathing and meditating. Now you notice that Kathy's bottom shoulder isn't crushed up into her ear. That's because she's pressing into that front thigh. This is a very active pose. I don't know if you can see it through the video, but Kathy's shaking a little bit because there's a lot of energy here. She's using her muscles to make sure this pose is safe. So we'll hold here for 3, 2, 1. Windmill up to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, please. And one at a time, turn your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Exhale, step forward. Hands to heart center. Take in a deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Let's take a meditative step backwards, please. And this is just a very simple balance pose. If balance is an issue, stand next to a wall. You can put your hand on the wall. You can put your hand on a chair. But steady practice with this should improve your standing balance ability. So we'll bring our feet together nice and tight. Let your arms hang loose by your sides. Now shift your weight into your left leg. Once you feel that weight into your left leg, you want to bend your right knee and bring it up as high as you can comfortably. That's it. Relatively simple, but very powerful. It's an asymmetrical leg strengthener. It's building your core, and believe it or not, it's helping your balance system in your brain to develop balance. So practice this enough and you're less likely to stumble around and misstep on curbs and whatnot. So bring that foot down and let's bring our feet together. Shift your weight into the right leg and let's bring your left knee up. Keep the arms loose by the side and all of the other rules apply. Tall through the skull, shoulders down, spine straight. Both legs are working, but in different ways. The straight leg has the front of the leg is being worked, and the bent leg has the back of the leg being worked. And let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. Hands to heart center, honor yourself. Taking a slow, deep inhale. Exhale.